I guess I'll just jump right into it. Um, do you ever get that feeling that your pain isn't gone? It's just organized. So, in recent years, I've learned to visualize these emotions as like visitors in my home. The more I make them wait at the door, the more they knock and the louder they become. So, the easiest way for them to, or for me to manage, is to let them in and make them like have a seat, make them comfy, interview them. What do you have for me today? What memory are you bringing with you today? What's in your files? What what opinions do you have? Um what part of my set of principles are you drawing from? And I am the type to sit in conversation with every single feeling that I have because it's the only way for me to be able to calm that feeling down so that that feeling gets comfortable within my room, within my home, and stops bothering me. But it doesn't leave. It doesn't leave my home. The more I try to push it out of the door, the more it resists and asserts its position, asserts its right to exist within my home. So every single feeling that knocks on the door, I have to let it in, sit in conversation with it, and tell it to make yourself at home. It stays in my home for as long as it wants. And then when the feeling is ready to leave my body, it will leave. There are so many times in my life when the house is crowded, when I'm overbooked, but it's the same process for every feeling because it's worse if I shut my doors down. It's even when I'm overbooked, I have to crack a window open because there are other thoughts and other feelings that want to say their piece from outside the window. There are days like today when you know how you have visitors that are rude and loud and um they're just like they just weren't raised right. Kanang wa gani ka ikog sa Bisaya pa. It's not that they feel entitled to behave that way, it's because they feel justified to behave that way. Does that make sense? Like I said, most of these emotions are tied to specific memories and specific situations that I feel angry about. And so they come in and they trash the place because they feel justified in their anger. Does that make sense? They tell me, remind me, you deserve to be angry about this. Did you forget to be angry about this? You deserve to be angry about this because this wasn't okay. This. It's not okay that you're letting this go, Is. Well, who cleans up after them? Me. Who who has to manage the whole place while they make a mess out of it? Me. Me. I'm the one who still has to manage the whole house and the other emotions that live here, the other emotions that live in this body, especially the joy, the peace, the happiness, the contentment, the spiritual satisfaction. I can't hear them. I can't hear what they're trying to say, if they're trying to say anything, because all the angry, loud, messy visitors are taking up space in the home. Does that make sense? I guess I'm at that age where I am old enough to make bold and major realizations like this, but I'm also young enough such that I am only now opening my eyes to the actual reality of the human experience. This is why I'm trying to say that forgiveness is a skill, because that skill involves constantly reminding yourself that these people are just other human beings. You put them on a pedestal because they had a role in your life, but it's also their life, and they're also moving within the circle of their own life, and in the circle of their own life they have their own pain, their own trauma, their own experiences that shape them, their own experiences that shaped their behaviors, attitudes, and perspectives towards things. And because of that, not everybody has the capacity to sit down with themselves and confront themselves and realize that they were that at a certain point in time they were wrong. And I'm not better than them. I'm also a human being like them with my own shortcomings and failures and my own pain that sometimes transmutes into vile things that I don't want in my body. But I'm willing 100% to look inward, and I'm willing to expand my capacity and to put myself in the perspective of other people and realize, okay, if this is the way they think and this is what's important to them and these are their solid principles and non-negotiables, and I did this thing and it's not aligned with that, then I hurt them. I get angry when it's my turn to feel alcance. Sa English, alcance. When it's my turn to experience pain because of something someone else did, and they don't return the capacity expansion effort that I would gladly do for them. Does that make sense? That feels that's the one of the roots of like my anger. It's like the thing about pain for me, at least in my perspective, in the way I experienced life so far. Call me woo woo and kooky and hippie, spiritual, whatever, but for me, a painful situation creates pain that is like an actual physical energy that somebody has to bear. And if the person that caused that pain refuses to bear it, somebody has to bear it. So the victim in that situation, or the other person in that situation, ends up bearing it even when there's no like logical explanation for what that pain is. They just end up bearing it. Hence, when they have children, that pain gets passed along into like other into the that pain gets passed along into the succeeding generations until somebody develops awareness and breaks the cycle of pain and somehow finds a way to release it, let it go. I think about other people's childhoods. I think about other people's experiences. I try to understand why they did what they did. I try to remove myself as the receiver of the thing that they did, and I install myself back in as an observer of their behavior. So I create that distance so I can explain to myself why they did what they did and why they are what they are. I'm not just doing that as a service to the other person. It's I'm gonna be honest that the very primary reason why I do that is for me. For me to be able to let it go. For me to be able to sit in conversation with the emotion that wants to be a visitor in my body. So I have to be able to explain to that emotion, this is the reason that you exist. This is the reason that the situation has happened and that you felt you had to be here and talk to me and live in this house. I have to be able to justify the emotion's existence when I'm in conversation with it, and I have to be able to explain to them why the other person did what they did so that they can calm down, so that they can safely and peacefully get up from the table, make their cup of coffee, make their breakfast, change into more comfortable clothes, and tuck themselves in the very special room that already exists inside my body. I always end up with the thought ng murag. The easiest way for me to forgive is for these people to just say sorry, man. And that honestly would shortcut me to uh hearing hearing that in their words, in their voice, would make it so easy for me to let go, because it's not just it's not just the acknowledgement of my pain. It's not just the acknowledgement of my pain that will help me let it go. It's also just the acknowledgement of the truth. Does that make sense? Like, it confirms that my truth is the same with theirs, because it's so true for me in my head. And this is what the angry visitors are always trying to remind me. This is the truth. This is the truth as you saw it. This is the truth as you recorded it. And this is exactly what happened in history. But it's not, You can't have everything in this life, and forgiveness is a skill, not a decision. It's not a one off thing, it's not a one time thing, it's not a one and done. It's something that you constantly have to do, especially in your lonesome when you think about the people around you and when you think about yourself. You have to run the procedure again and again and again, run the choreography again and again and again to be able to move forward in your life.